Can you say Daddy plays video games?
Daddy's training the drinks.
Hey guys, Gamer Dad here, and we're going to go ahead and cover a lot of information regarding Call of Duty Ghosts tonight. Some updates over the past week. We've had a lot of information come at us from Gamescom over the last week or so, as well as some released interviews that were shown between Mark Rubin and some gaming industries such as GameSpot, IGN, 24/7 Gamers, stuff like that. So what I wanted to do was compile a lot of this information, synthesize it down. That way we can kind of take away from it, and because I'm going here, there, and everywhere to get information. So let's go ahead and get started with some good stuff here. Now, create a soldier. I know the multiplayer review covered a good amount of that. I mean, he spent, I think, roughly 3 minutes talking about. Mark Rubin spent talking about that. But let's go ahead and see a quote from his in an interview. It says, "Create a soldier is replacing create a class. No more are you simply creating a class, but now a squad of soldiers that you will level and unlock based upon what you feel is best for your squad." He goes on to say, they've, quote, revamped create a class or create a soldier the way it's worked in the past. Instead of getting a certain level for a weapon, as you level, you're unlocking squad points, which can be used to purchase for whatever you want, whether it's a weapon or equipment. Whatever that allows, people can create custom experience right away, end quote. Now, I know that some of you may have already read or heard about this. Might seem like old news. I know, even though it came out like 2 weeks ago. But I got to tell you, the create a soldier part of it just really gets me geeked out. I mean, I'm really genuinely curious to see how varying people's squads are going to be and come together. Because don't forget, creating a soldier is not just for you. I mean, there's a whole dynamic of squad versus squad warfare out there. So even the lone player like myself, I typically just play by myself. Not for any other reason. I just get on Steam and start playing. There's going to be an aspect to this game now to where it's going to have a lot of immersion and inclusion of other people's squads. Matter of fact, people can challenge your squad to certain things when you're not even online. And so how are people going to be creating their soldiers, leveling their soldiers, molding them into what's going to be an effective squad? I mean, I foresee what's it going to be like when you pop into a squad versus squad warfare, and you go against this. You feel you have this well balanced. Like you have 1 or 2 snipers and a few rushers, and you feel you have this well balanced squad. And here comes this action packed, fast action perk, SMG equipped, light assault, 10-man squad coming at you and just rolls you over. Or maybe there's a squad of just tanked out people with heavy armor, and they're taking blasts like a boss and walking tall and carrying a big gun. Or I mean, heck, what maybe a squad of 6 light assaults that cause a bunch of chaos and 4 snipers or marksmen taking it slowly but surely. I mean, to me, that's exciting, the creative soldier aspect to it, because I think it involves the user, the player, more than just your own class. It kind of pushes us beyond, or pushes us into the engagement, like I said in another video. And again, the character customization, Mark Rubin said there's upwards of 20,000 customizable appearance options, that you can get from changing the hats or the pants or the colors or everything like that, with up to 35 new perks. And so I think that's really going to be a lot of fun. I mean, that's something about Call of Duty Ghosts that I'm really excited about, because I don't see that a lot in other multiplayers. I think this is kind of an underestimated, or maybe something that people aren't really getting too excited about, but they should be. It's pretty awesome. Now, I'd mentioned perks there in the past. Now, a user from Reddit, now I don't know how to say his name, but I definitely want to give him credit. User, and I'll put his name up here on the screen, user PLOKIJUH1229, about a week or so ago, posted a really phenomenal picture, and it's just going to come up on the screen, regarding perks. Now, I'll post a link to the image itself, as well as a thread that he had in Reddit as the description. But, looking at this, it kind of goes along with the first point. I mean, I start theory crafting in my head what's really gonna work well together. I mean, as you can see, we have a lot of different subsets. We have speed, handling, stealth, awareness, resistance, and equipment, and elite. Now each of these has a point value, and your base or default point suspended on the perks is 8. Now you can mix and match these as you want, and by the way, eliminating a secondary tactical lethal from your loadout gives the player even more perk points to choose from. Now, yet again, I know this might be some information people already know, but this is a second piece, or second thing that really gets me excited, and Mark Rubin and some other people have been just talking more about this. They seem to be really bringing up these perks, and if there's 35 of them, that's just going to be a lot of fun. I think what that's going to do is add to the longevity of the game over this next year. Instead of getting to the 6-month point, player bases drop off and we're waiting for the next release and information about the next Call of Duty. I think with 35 perks and all this customization options and squad versus squad, I think that really gives to the longevity of the playability of the game. Now, next up, we're going to be talking about strike packages. Now, we have the Modern Warfare 3 strike packages coming back: Assault, Support, and Specialist. Some of the kill streaks for each of them as follows. For Assault, we have SATCOM, which I've covered before, which is a ground-based UAV, stackable up to 4. The Guard Dog, we've seen Riley and growls when enemies are near, attacks, mauls people's faces off. Juggernaut Maniac, which just looks insane and intense. I can't wait to use that. That knife-wielding psycho with his melee. GameDaily.com says the entire Assault class kill streaks and strike packages, as we saw it, was comprised of 9 options. One of them cost 4 points, 2 of them cost 6 points, and 2 of them cost 7 points. 1 cost 8 points, and 1 cost 10 points, 1 cost 12 points, and the last one cost 15 points. And so again, mixing and matching what's going to be best for your playstyle. Now onto the Support class, which was one of my favorite to play in Modern Warfare 3. We have SATCOM, which I've talked about. Night Owl, which is a drone. I think you've seen it in some of the videos, that drone, that little circular thing following people around. It alerts people to enemies, protects you from explosives. Then you have the MAAW, which is some kind of shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. Maybe that's the one we've seen in the multiplayer trailer, I think, maybe. And again, from Daily Game, they said the entire Support class kill streaks and strike packages in Call of Duty Ghost consists of 9 options. In this case, one of them costs 6 points, 1 8, 2 cost 12, 2 cost 13, 2 cost 14, and 1 cost 16 points. Now the points they're talking about are points that you achieve during gameplay to get to that point. They're not just kills, they're objectives, things like that. Now the third and final strike package, which is Specialist, Infinity Ward is keeping pretty tight-lipped regarding the Specialist strike package, and I think everybody's kind of curious what's going to happen if you've got 35 perks. The old school Specialist, you ended up unlocking every perk, and I highly doubt they're going to go to unlocking 35 perks. I mean, that would be pretty insane if that was the case. So I'm very curious, like many of you guys are, what they're going to do with Specialist. I really enjoy watching the Specialist videos for Modern Warfare 3. I mean, that's how people were getting the nukes. I'm not downplaying it anything, but they were the tryhards. They would get in there, and because I tried it, that's how I was able to get my nukes with Specialist. And you get in there and you just go, and you have a lot of fun, and you're just running and gunning. You're not worrying about the kill streaks. You're not worried about anything calling in anything. You're just running and gunning, and all you're paying attention to is your screen and what you're doing at that time. So Specialist is a lot of fun. It's definitely a different kind of play style. And again, I am looking forward to what Infinity Ward does with that. Now, finally, last thing I'm going to talk about is dedicated servers. Now, it looks like PC and Xbox are going to get dedicated servers, and Mark Rubin talked at length regarding the difficulty in figuring out online play. Now, I'm not going to read the entire article. It's quite a few paragraphs long, but what I will link to it down there in the description below, and I would encourage you to read it, because he talks about, in essence, that there is this battle between the ISPs, the Internet Service Providers, and what they're reporting for locations versus how the game is using that location to then create a matchmaking. An example he used was in Europe. I think they're really catching the short end of the stick here. European players that were based out of the UK, their ISP, some of them were reporting them playing out of France, and so then they would be matchmade matchmade with people in France, and they would have this atrocious ping, and it would make it difficult to play, and so the matchmaking was completely messed up. So they've looked into that, they're battling that, and they're getting that figured out. So I'm pretty stoked about, you know, coming out, and the fact that Mark Rubin even says PC gets me excited because there's some support for that as well. They had also talked about some special that they're focusing on the PC as well and making sure that it's number one, the best looking out of the three. And I say that from, I guess, a somewhat biased basis because that's what I play on. I love the PC and it should look the best. And then also they're talking about options they're going to implement. Let's hope that includes field of view and other such things. Some of you guys, those techies out there, will know a lot more options than I do about what's going to make it gold and what's going to make it best. So anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. PC players out there, what are you really excited about when it comes to options for the PC? Everybody else out there, I'm thinking about the strike packages and the possibilities for character customization. What are you looking forward to the most? What are you looking forward to getting in there and unlocking first? What kind of soldier are you looking to create in Call of Duty Ghosts? Anyway, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm going to go ahead and head to bed.
Good night, Daddy.